Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of Digivolving Spirits 03 Kiramon slash Diablomon, or as I call him, Dioboromon, which is the US name, hashtag reverse purist, but that's just kind of what I'm familiar with. But I'm pretty excited for this one because it's kind of the first newish one we've gotten. I mean, over the years I've owned a lot of Agumon, Wargreymon, Gabumon, Metal Garurumon stuff, and I haven't had too much stuff surrounding this guy. I think some little minifigures when I was younger, but that's about it. So I was looking forward to getting something that I haven't really gotten stuff of before. So as usual, we got a really nice box. I just kind of like to leave it in there because I really love the artwork on there. Again, it's kind of like the old Digimon card artwork. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to put it to the side for now because it might steal focus. But here we have in his Kiramon mode. He looks very okay in this mode to me. I think for the most part they do a pretty good job with it. I feel like I'm a little nitpicky about it, and in some ways I feel like it might be, in some ways, not always, the weakest of the three rookie modes. I think it mainly comes down to how squished his head is. Like, I like the way the mechanism is, which I'll talk about in a minute, but it's like rounder in the show and more head-like. This looks like it got squished like a cartoon. But they did a good job on the colors and the personality of it. I just feel like it warps the personality by it being so flat. Like, I guess it's kind of round like that in the show, but it's just got a little bit more normal roundness, and I think the fact that you can sort of see it being so, formulaic isn't the right word, but just flat, looks like a pill. Like, so they're just missing that, which I guess is inherent because of the transformation. It feels a little bit nitpicky. But for the most part, it actually does a pretty good job of hiding itself. I mean, you can see all that back here, and it's kind of weird that, like, you twist these around for the different colors, like, literally. And I like the way the hands are on this. They're really creepy. You hide the little claws from Diaboromon's mode back here by twisting them back, and you can do a better job than I did. I was kind of lazy about it, and I'm also missing one of these. It came off when I was transforming it earlier, and I have no idea where it went, and I didn't want to hold up the review till tomorrow till I found it. It looks like I'm about to propose to him, like, oh, my lady, like, that was weird. That was really weird. No, but like, so that's why that's missing. It's not really crucial, but just kind of, you know, maybe be a little bit better about that. But I like the way that transforms. You got some pretty good little articulation here, which is kind of nice for that creepiness, but depending on how you put it, you're going to be able to see the underneathness, that's a technical term, of Diaboromon. But yeah, I think they did mostly a pretty good job. I mean, I feel like I'm being a bit too nitpicky, considering this is a transformer, it's got to transform, and I don't have too many figures of this guy, but yeah, he's solid. I would maybe change things around a little bit, maybe round off his head a little bit, but yeah. So the transformation is mostly simple. You kind of got this caging up, this here, and it's worth noting it's kind of neat. Like, this clasps together usually, like in a usual way that these would clasp together, but you also have these two little bits that come together through here and snap, which is kind of a nice little touch. But yeah, these are going to basically become part of the shoulders, so we're going to, just to start, kind of fold them out of the way here for a second. Oops. And they have a tendency to pop off. Okay, I got that back. And it's actually going to flip around, so let's go ahead and do that now. It might cause a little bit of problems, but I just wanted to get that out of the way for now. And then these are going to fold down, and they're going to be the legs, and you twist them around like this. I'm kind of doing it in a random order, but you know how it is. And then this is going to go up here in just a second, but first we're going to want to get rid of the head. And it's kind of weird. It's interesting. I do kind of like the way it happens, but you fold this out, and then these little bits are going to fold in after you separate them from here. Little bits are going to fold in. And then these kind of rotate around and out. And you're going to kind of want to, you're going to probably have to move that a couple times depending. Hopefully I don't have to again, but just to get it out of the way for now. But these kind of go out. It's really interesting. Like, it all kind of slides around, and it actually lines up pretty nicely when you're transforming this the other way around. But yeah, fold this around and out, and they're going to come down here. Okay, so I wound up cutting there for a second because I wanted to cut away and try something. I wanted to try a different technique. Because what you're going to need to do basically is once you fold these guys around, you're going to want to fold this part in, so these little yellow parts underneath it. I'll do that on that one in a second. But yeah, fold these in and finagle this in a second. But basically what you're going to need to do is get this around on top of this so that this is underneath this. And It's kind of annoying to do it. It's mainly because of the way these ball joints pop off. I think it was Gabumons that I had the same problem with, where I just hated how that was designed, where you make one wrong move and you have this bit popping off, and I wish that was designed better. But basically, you're going to want this to come up here. And I found it's actually kind of easier to basically do this, like, because this is where you're going to want it to be, and to snap it on here and then line this up down here. It's going to take a bit of finagling, and I'll probably cut away to when I have it exactly, but you don't have to do it that way. You can do the loop-to-loop way, but I just think it's kind of easier to just straight up take this off and, like, cut to the chase, basically. Okay, I got them both on there. Like I said, basically just take them off and snap them on right here. And it's worth noting too that there's two little like tabbies that will slide right into here that'll help you line it up. And also make sure you fold these bits down that were, you know, out for his basically for his skirt piece. This piece here is gonna feel a little bit more clicky, like it's gonna be harder to snap, but just be careful, but it won't break because it just is naturally a little bit tougher. Then slide this bit up here, and you can kind of slide his horns around so that they're up. I don't remember if the instructions show putting his horns down, but they do show moving his little beard pieces, but I just moved his horns to make the other transformation easier. And now, fold his arms around so that they're showing the green side. He's going green, bad joke. And then fold these out, and then that one fell off. You're gonna see why these fell off in a minute, because in addition to having to fold these back, you actually had to twist them around as well to get them to fold, which was kind of annoying and weird in a way. Okay, there we go. We got all the pieces. Kind of fold this stuff out of the way. Again, you can sort of do it better on your own time. I'm all about quickness here. This really is a big, like it really shows here with his big fingernails that one's missing. I gotta find that piece soon. Fold these down. But yeah, there you basically have it. This guy does come with some little stand pieces, which I'll get to in a second. Oh yeah, and make sure his feet are sticking right round. You stick feet right round, right round. No, that's not even right. But yeah, otherwise that would be awkward. But this guy looks really awesome like this. Let me just get him to stand a little bit better, because he can stand, even though there is quote-unquote stands for him. He can stand. I'm going to sort of move this a little bit. And we'll take a look at him first before I show off the other things. But I think he looks really awesome. Definitely a bit thin and gangly, but that is his design by nature. And you can definitely see, you know, the bits there. But that's pretty easily hideable here, like if you do something like this. And it gives you kind of a good range of articulation with the way he's built, which is nice. Same thing with the arms. And it is, like I said, more gangly and feels a little skinnier, obviously, and kind of, I don't want to say cheaper, but more flimsy than like something like Wargreymon or Metal Garurumon, but that's basically by his design, and it doesn't feel cheap. Like, it certainly would be more careful with this, you know, when you're messing around with it and posing it, definitely be more careful. I forgot to move his knees around right, because, you know, they are flimsier, but it's not flimsy to the point where I would say they would break, if that makes any sense. But other than that, he's a really cool looking figure. I kind of wish you could move his mouth. Like open and close, he kind of permanently looks a little bit scared. Like it looks, when you get up close, looks less menacing and more like, ah! Like that's kind of what it looks like. But the paint looks really good. I love the dark navy paint on here. Other than the perma expression, I think the head sculpt's done really well. I really like the super shiny green right there. I think he looks really great. Like, I'm really happy with him. Like, setting aside a few little nitpicks here and there, I'm pretty happy with the way this dude turned out, especially since I was pretty excited to have a figure of a Digimon character I don't have as many figures and whatnot of. And I think he does one of the best jobs at hiding himself. Like, they did a pretty good job on the transformation. I think it was, for the most part, fairly easy and intuitive. I had my problems with Kiramon's mode, but I think this guy looks really good. And setting aside a few small bits, like I said, I think he does a pretty good job of hiding his rookie form. And like, honestly, if I were to just glance at this on a shelf, it would kind of look like he was just a regular figure art. Now, he does come with this little stand, and they show it like putting up, I'm not going to do it, but they show it putting on here and like putting the little clock in front of it, and it looks weird when it's shoved up his crotch and he has this little clock there. The clock is die-cast though, which is interesting, but it's weird. And there's also a little smaller one which I cannot find, but you can also use that for the skirt piece, or underneath his skirt piece in Kiramon mode. But yeah, overall, this is a really nice figure. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not sure if it's my favorite of the three, but I think that if you're looking for something different or a figure of this guy and you're into the transforming ones, I can definitely recommend checking it out, if not just for this mode, which I think is really cool, and it's nice to get something different other than War Greymon and Metal Garurumon. Gatomon, I believe, is next. I think she's even on, yep, she's on the back of this box right here. A little blurry right there, but you get the picture, almost. But I'm looking forward to that one. But anyway, overall, pretty nice figure, nice addition to this line. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's Awesome Rider, signing out.